Hey guys, welcome back to the Geography Academy. Remember, this video is just a small part of a much larger course that's available below if you just follow the links and instructions. For economic transition, this is section 2, the globalization of economic activity. We have the definition then of globalization here. A couple of different definitions has changed. So globalization is the free trade and free flow of capital, and the tapping into cheaper foreign markets, and that's how it started as well. So more companies then were opening up and utilizing then this idea of cheaper foreign markets. For globalization, it opened up a little bit more that it is the interdependence, the growing interdependence of the economies, but also cultures and populations as well, cross-border trade in goods and services, and flows of investment and people and information. And when it grew again, this basically could be condensed down to interconnectedness and interdependentness of the world economically, culturally, and politically, which it is kind of today. So we're after going through a phase of the last sort of 50, 60 years of increased globalization. Now it might be coming to an end, but right now this is what's kind of faced the globalized world, and certainly what's come about with the globalization of the economic activity. So if we look at measures of globalization then as well, we can look at the KOF, and we can see globalized countries as well. Mainly the ones that are in here are Europe, just due to the lots of connections there. But we can see the Kearney Index of global cities as well, indications of connections between these areas in multiple sections around the world, connecting up places like Shanghai, Hong Kong, Paris, London, New York, Berlin. They're good classifications that just show the connections that we have are quite strong. The dimensions of globalization and how it's measured then are multiple. We have the flows of so many different things. Capital is one of the main ones, and definitely the driving force behind it. So we see then increase in private businesses then, and the investment of those private businesses internationally, coming from transnational corporations, sometimes mentioned as multinational corporations as well. So the TNCs then. So Apple, for making iPhones and iPads and all that, and then Shell as well, for example, and extracting and shipping oil around the world and sponsoring different companies. So driving global investment, creating jobs, moving around resources, and including different countries then in the production and the sales of a product. Now, the foreign direct investment is the investment that's brought in from this area into another country, and the official development assistance then comes in as well as a way to increase the flow of capital into countries and help with grants and loans in order for them to develop infrastructure and to become a part of this global economic system. Deregulation is a term that's used to divide the government giving up restrictions and allowing for more free flow of goods and foreign investment to allow for more capital to flow and more businesses to grow as well. Deregulation then moves away from the government's restrictions and keeping control over certain industries. The movement of capital then is quite important, but also it's the movement of profit that we can see as capital. So remittances being a big one with the movement and the flow of people as well. As we can see these numbers in the billions, is remittances, money sent back to a country. So these have received migrants. And so Indian migrants have sent 1.29 billion a year back in remittances, for example. So a lot of countries on that list there are making quite a large amount from that. So the flow of money is very important within this globalized system. The flow of labor is very important. So moving actual people like migrants, but also in a digital era, it's the labor that's spread across the world that doesn't actually need to move or physically flow anymore as much. So this can create good and bad things. It creates the remittances that can be a help to countries receiving it. The idea of the brain drain is that countries that are less developed are going to lose their most educated, strongest people. They could be helping them economically, but then they might choose to go to opportunities in other countries. So the increased international migration coming with the reduction of barriers and the movement of good trades flows and people that comes with globalization. In this area, then we can see flow of products or a supply chain, raw materials and sources moving around. And this is going to be because of the chain of production. So not all countries have all access to resources. And if you're going to be manufacturing across the world, you might as well access cheapest resources and raw materials, or the best quality of raw materials as well, reducing the cost, increasing profit. E-commerce platforms then allows for finished products to be shipped directly to the home in most countries. Yeah, we can see this then stemming from all the way from the raw materials and the primary goods through to the service and the good that's offered at the end. The flow of services then, just like that, increased as well with the digital production and services that are being developed as well. Lots of platforms